All right, so I get asked all the time, what are the biggest challenges to get into multifamily? So I'm gonna talk about the three biggest challenges that I think. I'm gonna tell you what they are. So number one, people ask me all the time, how much money do I need? Do I need to save up? People that flip houses, they're like, hey, I wanna flip houses and I wanna be able to save enough money to have for a down payment on an apartment building, right? So they feel like you need to have a lot of money in the bank to be able to buy an apartment building, okay? Number two, I'm gonna come back to each one of these. I'm gonna explain why, okay? Number two, they think the challenge is, how am I gonna get a loan or credit, right? Like my credit and a loan, right? What kind of loan am I gonna get? Am I gonna qualify? What are the requirements? You know, what do I need to get a loan, right? So it's a big challenge for a lot of people saying, how am I gonna get a loan for a multifamily apartment building? It could be a 10 unit, it could be a 100 unit, it could be 300 units, right? It doesn't really matter, but the loans are different and people think it is a challenge and it really is not. And I'm gonna come back to that one as well, okay? Number three, they always ask is, where do I find a good project, right? Where do I get, how do I know, how do I find one? How do I know if it's a good deal? You know, how to even take that first step? Well, if you check some of my other videos, I have video on 6 ways to find free leads, commercial leads, you know, off market. Okay, there's a video, check it out. And I also have another video that my director of acquisitions did that has a calculator in it that'll help you underwrite a property or basically analyze a property so you can find out if you have a good deal, right? So I get this question, how much money do I need? What kind of credit loan or for my loan? And where do I find these projects? Okay, so I'm gonna hit number one. Right? How much money do you really need? So ideally, when you buy a commercial property, you're going to need anywhere from 10 to 30%, right? Let's just say it's 25% of the down payment, okay, of the purchase price. So if you're buying it for $1 million, you're going to need $250,000. And as crazy as it sounds, some deals you might need 50% down, right? If you're buying a hotel, you know, during 2020 when COVID hit hard and you wanted to buy a hotel when hotels were like at zero occupancy, most likely you would need 50% down payment, right? Now, which asset class needs the smallest down payment? Usually it's like self-storage, right? Some self-storage you can get it for 10% down. So if it's $1 million, you only got to put in 100K, right? It's a lot doable. So how much money do you really need? Well, if you don't have any money, or you have a little bit of money, you want to do deals on your own, well, you got to go save some money, okay? Or you can borrow money from friends and family and from investors to put into your projects, okay? So those two different ways, you know, save your money for your down payment or raise money from other people to put into your project for the down payment, right? All you need is the money for the down payment. It's not like a mortgage, right? Like you go get a mortgage and the bank wants you to have the money in your account, that 20%, that 10% down to buy your house. When you're gonna buy a commercial property, it's okay. Right? The lender knows that you might raise money and they don't really care. Even if it's not in your account, as long as the money is there at closing time, for the most part, they don't care where the money comes from. Okay? You can go raise the money. You can have no money in the account and people give you money and that's what you use for the down payment. You raise money or you use your own money, or if you don't have your own, or you don't know how to raise money, or you don't have the connections, you connect with somebody who does multifamily, right? That can go out and raise money for you and be a general partner with you in that project, right? That person is not gonna just raise money, but they're gonna help you do some other aspects of the project where they come in as a general partner, and one of their duties is to bring capital, just to bring money into the project, okay? And those are pretty much 3 ways, well, actually there's a 4th way if you have no money, right? The 4th way is you can ask the owner to carry 20, 30%, you know, of the whole purchase price. So you can get a loan, and the owner, if you need a 25% down, you can tell the owner to carry 30%. So guess what happens, right? You got a free property, right? The owner gives you 30% and the bank only wants 25%. So let's say it's $1 million. You know, the owner gives you 300K, the bank wants 250K down payment. You give the bank 250K down payment, you have 50K left over, right? Minus your closing costs. You can also do that as well, which I have done in the past. So there's really those 4 ways on if you say, hey, I don't have any money, right? Well, actually, let's go a 5th way. How about if you don't have any money, a 5th way? A 5th way is, say the owner decides to carry the whole mortgage loan, the whole loan, without any down payment. They can say, hey, Mr. Seller, I'll buy your property for $1 million and I'll pay you, interest only, for the first 3 years, right? Whatever you want to pay them, if it's 4%, 5%, 3%, whatever that number is, you can buy that property on an owner financing deal where they cover 100% of the financing, right? If he owns it free and clear, or even if he has a mortgage, okay? So you can do owner financing 100%, owner financing or owner carry, 30%, 20%, 10%, whatever you need to do. You can go out and connect with somebody, right? Kind of like me. I'd love to partner with you to help you raise capital. That'll be one of the duties I would have as a general partner. Number two is you find your own investors, bring money into the deal. Or number one is you use your own money to put in the project, okay? So there's number one about the money. How much money do you really need? 0 or $10 million, right? It could be anywhere in between. All right. Number two, right? Credit and a loan, right? What kind of loan am I going to get, right? So let's talk about the loans. Usually if the loan's higher than $1 million, it's actually a lot easier to get a loan. A lot easier to get a loan. I don't know why, but it's easier to get a loan above $1 million, okay? The bank's going to look for a couple of things. They're going to want you to have the net worth, $1 million net worth. They're going to want to see, for the most part, some experience, that you have some experience buying that same type of property. If you're buying a property for $1 million, they want to see that you've done a couple of transactions with that same type of property. They're going to feel pretty comfortable. And of course, you got to have good credit, right? What's a good credit score for them? I don't know. I would say 680 and above, right? I don't know. Depends on the lender, but they're going to want a 680 or above credit score, okay? And they do want to see some liquidity, in the bank. You got to have, 10% of the, of the purchase price. So if you're going to buy it for $1 million, you got to have 100K in the bank, okay? So that's kind of the 4 things they look at, right? And after they see that, they'll say, okay, great. They'll give you a loan, right? So what happens if you don't have any of these, right? What happens if you don't have the 100K in the bank, if you don't have a 680 credit score, if you don't have, if you don't have the net worth, and you don't have the experience, right? What do? Well, again, you go connect, you network, you hang out with people who are buying the kind of asset that you want to buy, like an apartment building, right? You hang out, wherever I hang out, and you'll find somebody that can sign your loan. Like I said before, I would love to partner and I would sign the loan, right? I have the net worth, I have the experience, I have the liquidity, right? And, exactly everything the bank, wants to see. Cash in the bank, what was that? The liquidity, the net worth, the credit score, and the experience of signing a $1 million deal. Okay, so you don't have the experience or the credit or the credibility for the bank to sign the loan, well, go connect with somebody, right? Partner up. Maybe you do 1 or 2 or 3 deals together, and then you have enough experience and you can do deals on your own. There's nothing wrong with sharing the pie, okay? Nothing wrong with that, right? I'd rather get a small piece than not be able to get 100, right? I'd rather get a 25% of something or trying to get 100% of something else that I can't. All right. So the third one is finding a deal, right? Where do I find deals? So go check my video on the 6 free ways how you can find off-market commercial properties. That's going to help you find some commercial properties, right? So you can always partner up in either one of those ways. You can say, hey, I have a property, I found a deal, or hey, I can sign a loan, or hey, I can bring some cash, or I can bring my cash, I can raise some money, I can help do some I can do some other stuff, some other GP responsibilities, and you can also be part of a project. $1 million, $10 million, $5 million. How big is your network, right? How much money can you raise? How much money can you bring to the table? And what kind of other responsibilities can you do as a general partner if you're a partner, part of a larger project? So these are the challenges that I hear all the time: money, credit, right, loans, and where do I find these deals? So hopefully this video helped you out. Let me know if there's anything that I can do for you.